If you don't ask yourself these three questions before taking Social Security, it could cost you thousands of dollars. Most retirees don't understand the impacts of their Social Security timing decisions and how everything from spousal benefits to survivor benefits and taxation on their future RMDs can be changed because of this one important decision. So in this video, I want to be sharing with you three different questions that you need to ask yourself before claiming your benefits. Hi, my name is Jacob Duke. I'm a certified financial planner and the owner of a retirement planning firm that helps people just like you plan smarter so you can retire better. And part of my job is to help my clients make smarter decisions around Social Security timing, and I do so by asking these three questions. Number one, do you actually need the income right now? And in your mind, this might sound obvious, but I can't tell you how many people start taking their benefits as soon as they can, just so they can get what they can while they can. And this happens without stopping to think about whether they truly need the money to support their lifestyle without consideration of what else could be impacted by this decision. And really, most of this comes back to just simply not having a plan. See, if you retire at 62 and think that you should take Social Security right away, and you have other savings for retirement in your 401k or different IRAs, you could be creating a major tax issue later on because of increased RMDs. If your Social Security income meets most of your income needs and you make either minimal or no distributions from your tax-deferred retirement accounts, those accounts will continue to grow and compound only to create a larger tax bill for yourself in the future. So it might be smarter to actually spend more of your savings or do Roth conversions if they're needed earlier on in retirement instead of taking your Social Security benefits right away, because this accomplishes two different things. Number one, if you're reducing your tax-deferred account balances intentionally, which will reduce your future RMDs, it's going to help mitigate that widow's tax trap that I talked about in my last video last week. And number two, your Social Security benefits are increasing each month that you delay. And for every full year that you delay your benefits from 62 until your full retirement age, your benefits are increasing by about 6%. And for every year that you delay from your full retirement age until age 70, your benefits are actually going to be increasing by 8%. Now, delaying might not be the correct answer for everyone, but it could ultimately prove to make your retirement even more secure because you're going to have higher fixed income amounts than you otherwise would be getting by taking your benefits early. And your cost of living adjustments on your benefits, they're going to be applied to a larger amount. So instead of taking your benefits right at 62 just because you're worried that you might die before you get your money back out of the system, or you think that Social Security is going to run out and benefits are going to be cut, take some time to think about how Social Security fits into your plan overall, because if you don't need the income right away, it might be best to live on your savings before filing. And you might be thinking, but Jacob, what about the break-even point? Don't I have to live to 82 to get more total lifetime benefits if I delay until 67? Or shouldn't I just take my benefits right now and invest them so I can get a higher return? And to that, I'd say that the break-even point around Social Security is it's a difficult thing to measure and make your timing decisions on, especially if you're married, because you have to consider spousal benefits and also survivor benefits, and those will skew things just a little bit if you don't pay attention to them. So I'll talk more about this in number three here in just a moment. Now, if you're thinking about taking your benefits so that you can invest them and hopefully get a higher return, I'd ask you to remember the question that we're trying to address here. Do you actually need the income? If you're going to take the benefits just to invest them, then by default, that means you don't need the income. And by doing things this way, you're creating actually a larger hole that you have to invest your way out of, because 85% of your Social Security benefits are likely going to be taxable in this scenario due to the other income sources you already might have coming in. So you have to consider what your return has to be to earn back the taxes that you're paying on your benefits, and then an additional 6% on top of that to outpace the guaranteed increase you would have otherwise gotten by simply delaying those benefits. Not to mention that getting your benefits to invest them will cause other tax ramifications if you are taking money from an IRA or doing Roth conversions or trying to maybe do a tax gain harvesting strategy. Having Social Security coming in takes away from those things and hurts the benefits of those strategies themselves. Now, the second question you have to ask yourself is, how does your health and your life expectancy factor into your decision? Here's the deal. I just talked about why it might be smart to delay your benefits and that your break-even point is really hard to determine accurately, but it doesn't mean that you can ignore your current health situation and your life expectancy. If you already have health concerns and know the likelihood of living to age 90 isn't very good for you, then taking your benefits sooner might be a completely rational decision. Or if your family history would predict a shorter life expectancy, you kind of have to hold in balance the potential benefits of delaying Social Security and the odds of never getting out of the system what you paid into it. Unfortunately, none of us know when we will die, so here's my suggestion when it comes to this decision. Weigh out your options, analyze your situation, make sure whatever you choose doesn't jeopardize your retirement success, and then make the decision. The problem I see with most people, and what they're battling is analysis paralysis, and they never actually get to deciding. So at some point, there is a diminishing return, and the over-optimization of things will actually add unnecessary stress to your life and cause you to second guess everything you do. So you have to make a decision, but don't make the final decision without considering how your spousal or survivor benefits might be impacted. And this is going to bring us to number 3. How does your claiming decision actually affect your spouse? Here's the thing about Social Security. It's not just about your benefit amount. You have to consider your spousal benefits and your survivor benefits and how that factors into this. So if you're married, the higher earning spouse might want to delay their benefits to lock in a larger survivor benefit. And this is important because if you, as the higher earning spouse, pass away first, your surviving spouse will get the larger of either their own benefits or your benefits, but not both. So as a quick example, let's say that you and your spouse both have benefits. Yours is $2,800 at your full retirement age, and theirs is $1,200 at their full retirement age. If you delay yours until age 70, you could increase your benefits to about $3,600 a month or so. And if you pass away first, your spouse can actually get stepped up to that $3,600 a month mark instead of being stuck with their own smaller amount. Now, I will say that I'm kind of generalizing survivor benefits here just a bit, because if you want to talk about confusing, that's exactly what survivor benefits are. So I'm thinking that I might need to make a video explaining everything about Social Security survivor benefits here in the future. So if you think that video will be helpful, let me know in the comments and let me know what you might want to see with that. Now, if we back up to before we ever get to survivor benefits and think about spousal benefits and how your Social Security timing decision will have an impact on that, it's important to know that you're entitled to 50% of your spouse's PIA, which stands for primary insurance amount. And this is just how much your full benefit is. But the only way to get that 50% amount is if you take your own benefits at your FRA or later. If you take your benefits at 62, you're not going to get the full 50%. You're going to actually be entitled to 32.5% of your spouse's PIA. So by taking your benefits earlier, you're not only reducing your own benefits, but you're also reducing how much you can get as a spousal benefit. Now, another thing to remember here is that you can't get a spousal benefit unless both people have filed for their own benefits. So if you wait until full retirement age before you take your benefits and you think that you're automatically going to get an increase because you qualify for the full 50% of spousal benefits, you will only get that extra amount if your spouse is already receiving their own benefits as well. So if your spouse is still delaying, you're not going to get that spousal benefit while they're delaying. And as a reminder, you can't get your spousal benefits without first filing for your own. So you can't do this thing where you delay your own benefits to allow that to continue increasing and then take your spousal benefit in the meantime. It doesn't work that way. You have to be filing for your own benefits in order to get the spousal. Now, I know a lot of this can be confusing and get complicated really quickly, but if nothing else, I just want you to see how making your decision to take your Social Security or to delay it impacts everything around you. And without considering everything else that could be impacted is pretty short-sighted, and it shouldn't be done in a vacuum. So your Social Security claiming strategy should fit into a larger retirement plan. It all works together. It has to consider things from investments to taxes to your income needs and your legacy goals. And if these types of decisions are more than what you want to handle on your own, schedule a call with me using the link down in the description below. I'm happy to have a conversation with you, learn more about your situation, and see if there's anything that I can do to help. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.